And now what I'm gonna say is, what the fuck is up, everybody? It's your boy
Expletives right
Teddy
off. Expletives
and
right off the bat.
Tyson right off the bat, and we're talking. And that's the show. That's the show. What's up? This is episode 2.
See you next week.
No, I don't. I'll mean it like that.
That's the show.
I'll mean it like that. Oh my god, Tyson, what you been fucking up to, man?
I've been
you living
playing.
out here?
I've been doing good. What is this week? It's 13
Wow.
days until September, or not till September, until Christmas.
Oh shit! Is it really? Oh
Yeah.
wow. 3 days until my birthday.
Oh well, happy.
Wild.
What's the just pre? 'Cause they say happy
Early?
belated. What's the
Yeah, I
opposite
guess
of
just-
belated? Just
I don't know.
early?
Yeah, just happy early
That's
birthday.
lame.
Yeah.
We want a different. We want an
We
actual
want
like
a
belated
fancy word.
Belated is a cool word, but like there's nothing the
Yeah.
opposite of belated.
You're not wrong.
So yeah, I've been
Be 24.
that's good age.
We're moving on up there. I'll be able to rent a car next
Yeah.
year.
Rent a car.
That's it. That's it. Those are the milestones.
And that's and then it's just all downhill from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. I expect it.
I've been playing a lot of
I never hit record on my video, so we're gonna use your video.
Okay.
Here, I'll start recording now for a backup for the rest of it.
I've been playing a lot of this small indie game from a small studio. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a pretty good game. I like it so far. It's called Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's really
You know,
small.
it is from
It's
an
really-
indie studio.
Yeah, and they're just like they're in Poland. I think.
Little tiny indie studio.
Yeah, little
Yeah, they're in
Poland
Poland.
studio. So it's like nobody's really ever heard of it.
Yeah.
But it's an all right game. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow,
No,
what a
so-
glowing review. It's all right.
So I
It's
haven't
alright.
I haven't read any of the reviews of everybody else's. I haven't really seen where it's landed on the scale. I think it was getting like 7s from some places. I don't know.
From a few places, and that's kind of it.
And that's kind
As
of it.
in,
And then
like,
everybody else.
as
is
in,
lower.
it was getting 7s from places, and that was noticeable because it got 7s. Then everyone else was not giving it 7s.
They're giving it higher. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I can give you the Metacritic. I know it off.
I think it's
my
in the
head.
90s.
It was a 90.
Yeah.
It was just straight 90
Okay.
as far as I know. I think.
I
shall look because I'm interested in this stuff.
So JJ he
Nerd.
tweeted a tweet and I liked it.
Tweeted
And-
a tweet.
And it just
God.
it really if you understand this tweet, then you understand why this game you'll understand if you'll like this game. And then he said that CD Projekt Red pretty much made Skyrim 2. And then he said that and he's all here for it. But that's pretty much what this is.
But it's not.
No, so
But there's
it's
so
not
many
don't
different.
No. So like don't think of it like as like beat on beat. Like, oh, Skyrim is this like
It's fantasy. If anything, Witcher is Skyrim too.
so don't not the genre of like the world, just the
what,
world
like
itself.
Ambition or
No, like
Oh,
the world itself
okay.
where it's kind of like you can go all over this world and everybody talked and it literally feels like a Skyrim.
I think I
2.
see what you mean, where it's more of the like the
Also with like the
true.
wandering.
Yeah, I see.
Like Skyrim, you just
I
like
think I
wandered
understand what
for
you mean.
Skyrim. You would just wander around because
What a weird
you wanted to
thing.
wander around.
Yeah, what a weird thing because I wouldn't know how to explain that either. I think I know exactly what you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I don't know how to put
When
that
I
into
saw
words.
it, when I saw him tweet that, I was like, "Oh my god, that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like Skyrim 2. It feels like you're because like
That
there have been
makes sense.
times I have like
Makes
a
a
ton
lot
of
of sense.
missions, a ton of missions to do, and like people keep calling me for missions, and you get it's like a lot of information overload right from the get go, and I wasn't really here for that because there's a lot of different mechanics and different systems going on, but when I finally sort of got settled in and started just like walking around and like I would just like walk around the city and like see different parts of the city and there's like the city is fucking huge. And yeah, it made me it had that like same feeling of like Skyrim where you would be like, I wonder what's at the top of that hill. and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the top of that hill, and then oh my god, there's like a cave entrance at the top of this hill, and it's just like that exploration and that feeling of like there's probably something like always around the corner. So yeah, so far it is really really fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Probably around like 15 hours so far. The story's okay.
Is it really set in the year 2077?
Yeah.
Because it's only 57 years from now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a pretty.
But it's a dystopian.
Well,
but
I don't know.
No, but like look at 50 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you never know. Like one little bit of technology could be a huge leap for everything else. Yeah, like that's kind of how shit works.
It's kind of like
there's a term for that. There's a term for like it's like technology normally moves at a somewhat steady pace until one thing comes along, and then it jumps like what would be like 500 years in like 10. There's like a term for that. I don't know what it is, but it exists.
Well, it's like because you grow like exponentially, and so it's like the more we're growing, like our technology, our tech knowledge, it's like it's growing faster in the same amount of time, it's growing faster, not in the same amount of time.
Yeah,
but so yeah, it's possible. Like, there's not flying cars, so it's not like the Jetsons, which was the Jetsons.
What a bummer, dude! Come on.
I think that was set in 2000.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it was like might have been
year. 2062 is when the Jetsons it takes place apparently.
So before Cyberpunk.
Yeah, before Cyberpunk. There's no Judy the cleaning robot? Doesn't exist?
No, it's Rosie.
Rosie? Is Judy the wife?
Judy's the sister.
Oh, okay. Is that what one of them's named Elroy? Tell me that anyone's gonna name their kid Elroy in the year 2062.
I mean,
right?
I bet you
lying.
I bet you on the planet right now there's somebody named Elroy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, but like, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if you're out here listening and your name's Elroy, but you know
that'd be cool.
It was your parents doing, not mine. I'm sorry.
Then somebody would be like, "Hey, you like the Jetsons?" And then he'd be like, "Yeah, my parents really like the Jetsons." Jetsons are cool, man. I don't care.
What? Own it.
Jetsons are better than the Flintstones. I'm saying.
Okay,
that right now.
I was just about to say they're nothing compared to the Flintstones, and then this
so much
heresy comes into here.
So much better.
Wow.
Why would you? Why are the Flintstones better?
Cause they got like cool dinosaurs. They got a car that they run with their feet.
Like, you're making my point. You're making my point as to why they are worse.
No, it was a I don't know. I enjoyed the Flintstones more. Okay, I can't give exact reasoning, but like if we're talking about like if you want to live in the world of the Flintstones or the Jetsons, it's definitely the Jetsons. That's for sure. Oh my god, they have like cool
Jane was the one
cooking. Yeah, I think so. They had like cool where you'd like choose your breakfast and the machine would just make it.
No, the best part is when he wakes up and like the bed tips him out and then he's still like
he goes
sleeping.
On like a conveyor belt.
He's on a conveyor that showers them, brushes his teeth. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Future wouldn't be too bad, to be honest.
I would.
I'd be into it.
I'd do that for sure.
Yeah, I would be into it too, dude. That's good. I'm glad you're liking Cyberpunk. I don't really plan on getting it anytime soon because I don't plan on. I only plan on getting one game, which I did get, but I haven't downloaded it yet. I'm gonna start that pretty soon. But like, other than that, I don't really plan on getting like any game anytime soon because I'm trying to save money. If I were gonna get games, I'd be like, I'd get Call of Duty Cold War and Watch Dogs Legion, and there's like a bunch from this year that I didn't get that I'd like to get. And well, it's already been on sale a few times for $45. So
that's too much.
I don't know. I really liked Watch Dogs 2. I don't expect it to be good.
But
you know,
trust me, I loved Watch Dogs 2. I like 100% of that thing.
Sad.
This is not Watch Dogs 2.
And that's really sad.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll get it eventually.
I thought like I had really high hopes for it. I think I still commend that studio for taking that risk of like not having a lead. but I think
Mm.
that is kind of like the
What are
the
the
one
other
thing
games that I wanted
that
to get?
um just didn't make me like I guess invested in the
Yeah.
game
I
because I
mean, that
was
was the fear, right? There's
yeah
like, how are you going to get invested in a game where there's no main character, or the story where there's no main character? And it's like, well, we're going to have to see what they do. The answer
and it's
is they
like
didn't do it.
they have like personalities, the people that you can recruit, but like some of their personalities are very similar, if not the same as some other people that you'll recruit. And so that's kind of
Yeah.
upsetting. Not really upsetting, but disappointing. Because like
Yeah.
I'd have two guys say like the exact same line to a
Mm.
character. And I'm like, oh, that's
Ooh.
and it's like I can understand it. It's like you can't possibly build a world or even like the world of like the UK and have like everybody be super individual. That's
Yeah.
just way too much. That's way too much work. That's way too much like data to have all of the lines said by how many hundreds of people, if not thousands. It's so
Mm.
like I can understand that, but yeah, it just kind of made me. I played it for about 20 hours, and I think that's good enough.
Oh, damn. It's a bummer. I mean, I'm looking at my at like games from this year, and there really wasn't a ton that I wanted that I wasn't able to at least get. I still haven't even opened Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I have
Yeah, that's
it.
the game of the year right
Um,
there.
that's what I hear.
Game of the year,
Gotta
and
get
look at
that Godfall, you know?
now he's in Smash.
He's
Now the
he's out
Sephiroth's in
there.
Smash. That's how big it's
There. Oh,
gotten.
there's actually a couple of smaller ones I definitely wanted to get, like Bug Snacks and Pathless. I really wanted to get both of those.
And Bugsnax is
But there's not a
on
ton of really
Epic,
huge
I think.
ones. Yeah, both of those are in Epic,
Yeah.
which is why I remembered those.
I've been looking. I was looking
what
today
else?
at getting EA Play. It's
Yeah.
like
Well, just
20.
get Game Pass Ultimate.
No, but does that
Game
work
Pass Ultimate comes with EA Play for
but,
PC.
but for for PC?
Yup.
Okay, I'll have to look at
It's kind of wild.
the price difference because it's $29.99 for the year
Oh, that's interesting.
on Steam because it's
That's
on
not a
Steam
bad
now,
idea.
and so it's like everything
Yeah.
can still be in Steam. I'm
Yeah.
like, if
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
not a bad idea.
$30 for the year, it's like that's not terrible to play. Like I can
Yeah.
play, what is it, Fallen Order again if I wanted to.
Yeah, I
But
have no interest in EA Play right now, sadly.
what I really wanted it for is to play all of the Mass Effects again. Even though they're going to be remastered,
They will return.
they're going to be remastered next year, and so then I'll play them again.
Yeah, what are you doing? Tyson, why do you are you done with all these games that you own? Like, what's your backlog? Are you this?
I don't really have that backlog.
What the fuck? How are
Like,
you a human?
Like I'm playing like Immortals.
What is that like? Yeah,
I'm playing like Immortals and
which is the game
Assassin's
that I
Creed.
got. I'm downloading it as soon as my data cycle restarts because I don't think I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned it on the show, but I redid Game Pass for like just the PC version for a month for the $10. And I just started downloading everything that I ever wanted to play with that. And I forgot that I have a data cap. It's the only time I've ever come close to it. I literally downloaded like everything, like, and there's still a couple of games that came out that once it recycles, I'm gonna download Doom Eternal and Dragon Quest 11 and Greedfall, and then also Immortals, which I went ahead and bought, but I haven't downloaded yet. So, and I think that's supposed to start over on the 13th, which it literally just now hit for, like behind the scenes, we're recording this really late at night. It just hit midnight. So technically it's the 13th. So
Not
I'll
here.
see if
Still,
I'm able
still
to
the 12th.
download that.
Time travel.
Yeah. Bro, I'm in the future. It's wild.
No, I'm only playing like 3 games. Well, I guess, yeah, 3 including Destiny. And it's like I needed a break from Assassin's Creed, and I like took a break at like the right part in the story. Because like the story kind of, you do these sort of story arcs for each territory that you pledge to. You pledge to like make an alliance with this territory, and then you do some missions and whatnot, and then it kind of ties up, and then that territory is like pledged to you. So
I heard
kind
it's
of
designed to have like 3-hour story chunks.
Yeah, I could see that because like if
Which
you don't
is
really
odd, but
it's actually really cool.
kind of
Like
cool. I've
the
heard both. I've heard from some people that are like, I really like it, and some people that are like, ah, it's weird. So,
but the
but
thing
I
is
feel like I would like it. It's just
every
personal preference on that kind of deal.
and it's like a TV show. Like
Yeah,
there's some that are good, some that are like really good, some that have like awesome like cinematics and awesome like fights and whatnot, and then some that are just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start skipping dialogue because there's a lot here, and I'm kind of bored with these people, and
there's a lot
it's
going
like Game
on
of
right
Thrones, is
now.
where it's just like I don't really care about this storyline. When you
Yeah,
watch Game of
sure.
Thrones, you're probably like you didn't pay attention.
When
to
I watched it for
everything.
the first time, I was interested, but
like
there
in
were
the
definitely
middle,
moments where I was
yeah.
more interested in other
Yeah,
storylines for
there's
sure.
some storylines
you know?
I'm just like I don't really know who you are. I can't remember, and it'll be if you're important, you'll
Well,
still
I
be
binged
here.
it, so
You'll still be
yeah.
here in like a week or two, or so like.
But if you're not,
then who cares? I want to get back
track.
to like the main story. So yeah, it's a lot like that. And then yeah, Immortals, I'm still chipping away. That story is pretty easy to digest. And then Cyberpunk and
God, I can't wait to start
Destiny.
that.
And I'm almost 1260 in Destiny, so
Well,
I literally don't really need to do
here.
anything with that game, even though we have the dawning next week.
That I'm literally gonna get back in at some point next week for the dawning. I don't know when. Probably next weekend is my guess. I'll play a little bit, maybe Friday or Saturday night. But because my plan is I have 2 levels left in Ghost Runner, which if you haven't following, twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris from Sundays through Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Real late night 2-hour short streams. I've been going through Ghost Runner, and that game's fucking awesome and I love it. But like I have 2 levels left, so I'm gonna knock those out in like one stream. So probably tomorrow night. And then I want to start Immortals the night after that. And then that'll just be my stream game. Like, cause I only have 2 hours a night. So like hop on, do a little bit of that, chip away at that for the next 2 or 3 months. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to fit in Destiny, but I want to. I really want to play the Dawning stuff because I love Christmas shit. So today, like, okay, so my parents came to visit this weekend, right? And like, I didn't know they were coming to visit until like Thursday when my mom called me and was like, hey, you do know that we're going to be there like tomorrow, right? And I was like, no, didn't know that. Cause they said they were coming for my birthday is on Tuesday, which I'm working for. But then they said they were coming like the weekend for like my birthday. And the way they phrased it made it seem like it was the weekend after, but no, it's the one before. And I had no idea. I think they originally planned on the one after, but then switched it and didn't really tell me. So yeah, they were here Friday night and then through a lot of today, which is Saturday when we're recording this. And they brought me a tree, not a real tree, because I don't know, we do fake trees. It's easy. So it's a fake tree that's already pre-lit. So fucking just set it up, turn it on. It's great. So but like, it's a big ass tree. Like it's way bigger than I thought it would be. So we kind of ended up rearranging my living room, which is all like, I way prefer how it looks now. It looks so great. It's so like cozy and comfy.
It's feng shui.
Yeah, dude, 100%. The way that it was before was like the TV was kind of diagonal in the corner, like coming out, and the couch was also kind of diagonal facing the TV. And now I kind of like sectioned it off. It's like the couch is straight, like going against the wall now, and the TV is kind of straight against the wall too. So it's kind of like a section where it's like this is the little sitting section, and which I don't know, I like. Yeah. It's great. But now that I have that tree up, I have the Christmas things in my studio, and I have a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that I moved into my bedroom. So now I have a little bit of Christmas decorations every room. So I'm in the Christmas fucking spirit, dude. So yeah, when I saw the dawning,
don't decorate, but I've been making my way through my my Christmas like watch list, and I've watched Nightmare Before Christmas, Jingle All the Way, the Santa Claus 1 and 2.
I was gonna say, you know what I should watch? Tim. I almost said Tim Claus. Tim Allen and Santa
Those
Claus.
3 movies are like those. The Santa Claus movies are really good Christmas movies. Like, you know, oh yeah.
But it's one of those
Like,
things where like I
so
used to
good.
love watching those, but I feel like they're probably terrible going back to now.
No.
You know what I mean? Are they
100%.
fun
Oh
or
yeah.
are they like stupid entertaining, like as in they're dumb bad movies and they're fun to watch, like
No,
kind
but
of
they were
deal?
never
Or
like dumb. They're never dumb movies. Like, it's a good Christmas
no, but
movie.
they're like kids movies. You know what I mean? So I feel like
No, see,
going
that's the
back to
thing
it
is
as
like
adults.
the lines that Tim Allen says. There's a couple of lines, especially in the second one when when he clones himself
PG-13.
and he has like
I
the
forgot about that.
yeah. So like, because he had to. The second one is the best out of the three. That is just a fact.
I mean, the third is wild. That's
Third
when
one's
the
good.
it went a little
With Jack
off the rails.
Frost. Yeah, it's a little weird. I haven't watched that one yet, but the second one, he has to like find a wife, and then so he has to leave the North Pole, but he needs somebody to stay there and act like Santa. So they like clone him, and then it's like
Oh
a
yeah, and
robot
isn't Santa
Santa.
like really dumb?
He's like, and it's just some of the lines that he says are just perfect. Like, it's so like flat, but it's great. I love it.
man.
And so yeah, I have to watch like the Home Alones, just the first two, because there's like 5 Home Alones.
I mean, they replaced the kid at a certain point, right? Like it's not
at the
kid.
at the third one. Yeah, it's Macaulay Culkin just for the first and second.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple other. I have a list somewhere. I think I put it on my phone where of
Yeah,
like
see,
all of the movies.
I don't know. As somebody who I like Christmas and I like the holidays, it's like my favorite time of year. Everybody's like, holiday movie are you watching? I'm like, nothing. I don't fucking like. It's not like I don't like Christmas movies. There are Christmas movies that I enjoy, but like I rarely rewatch anything. Like I rewatch Lord of the Rings and Baby Driver and Into the Spider-Verse. And that's kind of it. Those are the movies I rewatch.
That's
like that's it. Those are the movies I rewatch. So like I just don't really end up rewatching. I don't know. Elf would be a great one to like watch with a friend or something. Be awesome. Like I'd be super down with that. But like other than that, I don't know. I don't really watch. But
the night before, that's a good one.
I don't think I've seen that.
Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Anthony Mackie.
Getting his own show.
Is
right? Right?
Not his own show.
Yeah. Technically, it's not who I was thinking. I was thinking Don Cheadle, but yes, Anthony Mackie. It's also getting his own show.
He's already in a show,
but it's not out yet. So like,
but it's not his own.
Getting it.
He's
in the title.
He's 50%.
Yeah, 50% co-star.
So he's getting a show, not his own. He does not own. It's not like Vision is getting his own show. It's like, no, they're sharing a show.
That's fair enough.
It's like it's not like it's like I know that Falcon is first, but it's not like the Winter Soldier's like his little sidekick.
Hey man, that's up to you.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
I'm so excited for that, dude. That trailer fucking ruled. That's my favorite trailer.
I don't think I watched the trailer.
So good. I'm very excited.
And I didn't watch.
I was
the
already
trailer
excited about that
because I was like, I kind of wanted to go in blind with those because I kind of know what those shows are going to be about. Where
Loki, you know what Loki's gonna be about?
That's the one that he's just gonna be fucking with everybody. He's the king of mischief. And so
fair enough. I mean, I'll tell you, the show's not what you think, most likely.
That's good. But like with WandaVision, I was like,
I had no clue.
No, and so I was a little worried when they first announced it.
I still don't know what the fuck WandaVision
But then
is.
when I saw like the trailers, I was like, holy shit, this was made for me. Like it was 100% made for me. Where it's like it's almost like a sitcom.
Yeah,
it's like a sitcom format, and it's gonna be really weird. It's gonna have a lot of like eerie twists. I feel
it looks cool and weird, but I still have no fucking idea what it's gonna be.
Well, my guess is Wanda's inside her own mind.
Okay.
Trying, and like this is sort of the way they're going to bring Vision back.
Are they going to?
Oh yeah. You're not gonna have this WandaVision and not be able to bring Vision
Well,
back.
Loki's not even in the canon timeline, so like you can do it.
No,
I don't really
well,
expect, just from what I've seen, I don't really expect
he is.
the
He's in the timeline now because he has the time cube, and so he's not dead anymore.
he's in a separate timeline.
No,
He's not in our timeline.
No, he still is.
No,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. So okay, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, but they kind of explained the whole like timeline deal in Infinity War, right? With Endgame. They explained it somewhat in Infinity War, but in Endgame they made it more clear of like it's not one timeline that you're like working to preserve, but when you change one, it splits, and that's just a new timeline.
Yeah.
So like Loki has the stone, that's a new timeline.
But they like put the stones back to where they were at the very end of the movie. That's what Cap did.
Yeah. Yeah, but like
so they still
But oh wait, fuck. So is that how that would work? Is he now technically still but like
the same with Gamora. Like Gamora's not dead.
Well, no, actually no, because
Gamora's in our timeline.
That's not the stone that they took. He didn't put that one back. Because, they didn't take that one.
But they did take it.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
They took it way early on. No, he's definitely in a different timeline.
No, he's still.
I see what you're going for there, but he's in a different timeline.
No, but what does that mean? A different timeline? Like he still is.
He's in a different timeline. It means he's not in the canon timeline. He's out there doing his own thing, but like it's not.
If you don't think that he's gonna be in another movie, in a future movie.
I mean, it's totally possible that he could be, but it's totally
especially when you have Loki coming out.
Especially with I want to talk about the trailer, but I don't want to spoil it for you, so I won't. But I could totally
think it's Marvel. They're not going to have these things not be connected. That's the Marvel
yeah,
thing,
for sure, but it depends. Not all of them are going to connect as strongly as others, right? Like they've definitely said that of like some of the shows are meant to be very connected with. Yeah, What If's not gonna connect for sure, but like some of the shows are meant to be very connected, right? Like Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's gonna be very connected. I feel like Ironheart. Like they talked about a lot of these, right? Ironheart.
I think
Secret Invasion.
WandaVision is going to be very tied to.
See that one, I wouldn't even. Sure, with Doctor Strange, yeah, that makes sense.
Because she's going to be in Doctor Strange, so it's kind of like there's the multiverse.
To anyone who doesn't know all these, look it up. There's a ton of Disney Plus shows that were announced from the Disney Call or whatever they did. It's like a stream. Tons of Marvel shows.
Captain Marvel 2.
Tons. And Star Wars shows.
I love that they didn't. Well, maybe they'll give it another title. Don't be Captain Marvel 2.
You don't have to.
I don't know.
Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
Yeah, but that's the beginning. It's so much better.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I like what is it? Colon title. I think that has more of an impact. Because you could just have Avengers 4. And it's like, cool, Avengers 4, but it's like, no.
Yeah, but they don't do that with the Avengers movies. I feel like it's been set that they do that sometimes
look at Thor.
with the regular movies, right?
They never did it with
Thor.
Yeah,
but like Guardians Volume 2, like that's a thing.
Yeah, but Volume 2,
they do it with some and not
little.
Others.
Volume 2 is like the exception to the rule because it's like a mixtape.
Yeah, is the only series in the MCU to do a 1, 2, 3 kind of deal Iron Man? I think it might be.
Yeah,
like
it is the first,
right? Like
the first, and they were still learning.
Yeah, because they didn't do it with Spider-Man, they didn't do it with Thor or Captain America. Captain America was like, yeah, definitely not there.
Even from the first one. The first one had a
Avenger,
hyphen, not a hyphen, a colon title. The first Avenger, and then
they probably did that on purpose. But I mean, now with a lot of the stuff that they've announced, maybe they're just all placeholders, which is totally and completely likely.
Yeah.
But like they have Black Panther 2 announced and Captain Marvel 2.
Well, that's probably it. Do they still have Black Panther 2?
Yeah. Yup. They did a whole thing there. Black Panther 2. Kevin Feige came out and said we are not recasting T'Challa. or we're not recasting the character. But we are continuing to explore. His phrasing was really interesting. He's like, we're going to continue to explore all of the other incredible characters that were set up in the original Black Panther. And so then he was like Black Panther 2.
Somehow, what
I don't know why you would keep that title. You got to change the title, right? Like I don't.
Well, again, I don't think they're gonna keep the 2s. I think it's gonna still. I think.
Well, even that what I'm saying with Black Panther though, like you can't keep Black Panther.
Well,
that character.
Here's how they can. This is just wild speculation, and kind of what I would want them to do is somehow find a way for what was his cousin in the movie, Michael B. Jordan. Forget the character name because he was the bad guy, but he
Kilgore, right?
Kilgore.
Like, no,
yeah.
Was it Kilgore or Kilgrave? I always get the two mixed up because
Kilgore.
One is David Tennant and one is Michael B. Jordan.
Kilgrave is David Tennant.
Hell yeah. Great villain.
So for one, Michael B. Jordan had a right for the throne. I'm just gonna say it.
Bro, he's dead. That man's dead.
He had a right for it. And I don't care what anybody says. He had a right for it.
That man's dead.
But everybody.
Yes, you king.
This is the thing. Is like, how far is that? Like a couple of years? It's not like anytime soon. So they have some time to think about how they can actually factually bring Michael B. Jordan back.
No.
Why? He was Black Panther once. He wasn't a villain.
I get it, but they're not going to do that. I'm just breaking your heart right now, Tyson.
You never know.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
You're not going to waste Michael B. Jordan like that. Michael B. Jordan is too big to not bring back. Everybody was a fucking villain.
Totally
Loki. Loki, he's a villain, and now everybody fucking loves Loki. Everybody is a villain until they're not a villain.
But I did lose the last one.
Everybody's not a villain. Look at Thanos. Everybody loves Thanos.
They'll bring him back as Captain America.
Man,
he'll have the new shield. Anyways, speaking of losing a bet, I just want to bring up that I lost the bet of the Game Awards, which was made in the last episode, but I literally lost it 15-14, and I'm fucking bad about it. But it's fine. It's fine. So honestly, Tyson, I was going to like have it set to order you your pizza and have it delivered to your place like during the show. That was my plan, but we're recording this really late at night, so we should do that next week. I should get it there like as we're ending, so you can be like, "Hey guys, look, you followed through." So yeah, it was 15-14. I kind of want to go over this so that we can talk about who won and who didn't. Let me pull open the doc here. Cool. Any cool excitements from the Game Awards Any cool excitements that announced you?
It was okay. It was fine. The only thing was probably Mass Effect, which is the only thing that like has sparked my like excitement to play those again. And then play Andromeda. I never beat Andromeda because I never really liked those characters. I didn't like game looked fine, but it's really tough to, after you have a series, 3 games with one character and like the supporting cast, and then you're just like, oh no, we're going to another galaxy, and then here's people that you don't know and aliens that you don't know, and to me,
they tried to start all over and get you going.
Didn't stick, but there's like little
at
hints.
This point, I don't know why anyone's gonna play Andromeda because they're not gonna continue that. You know what I mean?
No, they're
like,
tying
no
it.
Way.
They're tying it together.
Sure, but like, you're not gonna need to play Andromeda to play the next Mass Effect. There's no way they do that.
You don't need to play 2, or you don't need to play 1 to pick up 2. Really? Like, it's still just.
I mean, it's like a trilogy. That's like your choices from 1, 2, and 3. That was the whole deal with that trilogy, right?
Not throughout the trilogy.
That your choices affect it. Yeah, I thought so.
They literally ask you. They literally ask you questions in like the cutscenes.
Well, yeah, sure, but like, you're not gonna want why would you pick up 2 and be like, okay, here's what I would have done in a quick little recap of a game I didn't play? Like, that's such an odd.
But that's
That's
the
a
thing. Is like,
trilogy that you are supposed to,
but what I'm
they're
saying
set
is that if
designed
they're
like that.
tying this back, they're tying those characters in Andromeda to this whatever this new thing is going to be. It's like you're gonna want to play Andromeda.
But are they gonna do
Yeah.
that? Why? That's stupid. That's
Why
really
is that
dumb.
stupid?
Because Andromeda's bad and people don't like it.
It's
Why
not
would they want to
bad.
drive it?
It's just
I
it was,
understand that. I agree as well. I played a little bit of Andromeda and I actually kind of liked it. But like, it has a terrible reputation. Like, Andromeda, Mass Effect fans like feel sick when people say it. Like,
think so.
you don't want to associate yourself with that. They want to distance themselves from Andromeda and be like, this is not that. We're doing a new Mass Effect and it's better. Don't worry about
it's
it.
not,
Like,
well,
that's
it's not like new because they're still going back because there's like the N7. They're very everybody's.
They want to harken back more to the trilogy. They don't want to harken back to Andromeda.
No, but I'm pretty sure one of the
and I totally get.
There's a tweet from from somebody at like BioWare. Because somebody tweeted like, "Oh, I'm kind of disappointed that you're like giving up on Ryder and blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And then somebody from BioWare replied and it's like, just like wait till we have just see what we have in store or something like that with a smiley face. So there's like very.
No, here's the thing. I don't think they're gonna give that up, and I'm not saying that it's not gonna connect, but like it'll connect very minorly. Like it's not going to. Oh, I hope that's a bad idea.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is because the thing is that those characters
don't want your name associated with Andromeda. Sure, but a lot of people don't think so.
You don't want your name associated with BioWare these days.
It's fair. Like, it's fair enough. Yeah.
No, I want them like. That's fine. I'm fine with them tying back to like stuff
I
like.
think you're a rare case there, man. Like that's.
No,
you're somebody who like wants to go back and beat Andromeda. Most people want to forget that game existed. Like,
no, I don't think so.
I don't know if you're reading the internet correctly.
So the Redditors are the ones that you're gonna take.
People on the internet, the people who voice their opinions on Andromeda.
Yes, the vocal minority.
Could be. The game also has what's the user score on that game on Metacritic?
User score, I don't care. I don't care about scores.
Those are the people. Those are the people that are talking about that game.
Those are the people that don't have anything better to do than write a bad review on a video game website.
Real talk. The best, the worst that I've heard about Andromeda is that it's terrible. I hate it. It made me feel terrible because it wasn't the original Mass Effect. And then the like best that I've heard of Andromeda is like, it's okay. Like, that's it. There's nothing. I've never heard somebody be like, I fucking love Andromeda.
One, I played it on PS4. So right there, my opinion kind of is gone. Because I bet it plays a lot fucking better on PC.
Yeah.
So one, I have to play it again. I'm definitely gonna play it again. And I'm gonna play it to completion. Probably not 100% it, but like play it to completion. And then I'll be able to give my thoughts. Because that's the thing is like, if you're going to say like, oh, well, this stuff is going to be tied into the new stuff. And it's like, I want to know all of it.
Yeah.
I want to, because I don't want to be cool, like.
But like, I don't think they're going to connect it in a way that you have to know all of it. But like, for people like you who want to.
That's literally like Marvel movies.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I guess, but like I can't imagine.
You don't have to watch like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, but
you don't. Right. You don't even need to watch Ant-Man.
Like, why would you do that?
You're answering like what I am saying. Like, why would you not? If you're a Mass Effect fan and you haven't played Andromeda,
but that's what I'm saying is that there are a lot of Mass Effect fans that don't like it and don't want to go back and don't want to think about it and just want to think about the original trilogy.
Well, they can do whatever they want. I don't care what they do.
But that's who they're making this game for. 100%. That's
they're making. They're not making it for the whiny babies who are like, oh, change the ending of 3.
No, but those
No,
are.
they're not
Well,
making it for
actually, I have no
those.
idea. I was gonna say those are
They're
different
not.
people than people who disliked Andromeda, but I don't know. They could be the same people.
Probably are the
I have
same
no idea.
people that are just whining about about
They're
anything.
making it for the people who didn't like Andromeda.
They're making it for
100%.
gamers. They're making the game.
For the gamers,
They're not
for
gonna
all
just. They're not gonna be like, okay, well, these people didn't like.
gaming
They're not
side
gonna.
of our
What's his fucking name? What's the director of Rise of Skywalker? They're not gonna J.J. Abrams this shit and be like, they hated everything about this, so let's make it nothing like this and make it something totally, and then just shit the bed again. Because that's exactly what J.J. Abrams did. I'm sorry, but it is.
Remember that movie, dude?
No, I don't.
No, it never happened. Never
It
happened.
didn't.
No. God, it's always. I don't.
See, and like, okay, here's another thing that's kind of tying into this point. Is like people hated Hayden Christensen when the prequels were out. People were like, man, this guy can't act. This is bullshit. This is our Darth Vader. This is our Darth Vader. And now what in the Lord's year of 2020, he was
the year of our Lord,
Mr. Hayden Christensen announced
coming
to
back.
be back as Darth
I also
Vader.
don't know why. Yeah, what's the point?
Why?
You know what I mean?
What do you mean? What's the point?
No, okay, here's
He's Darth Vader.
This is a very minor little like complaint or whatever. It's not even a complaint. But I saw that announcement and I was like, oh, it's super cool, right? And I got excited. But then I thought about it and I'm like, but it's Darth Vader. Like, isn't he gonna have like fucking James Earl Jones's voice and just be in a suit? So why the fuck?
He's not gonna always be in the suit.
Apparently, but hopefully it'll be like that dope moment in fucking Rebels season 2 finale, which don't spoil any of the rest of Rebels because I haven't seen it. But I really want to go and watch Rebels eventually. But because I've seen the first 2 seasons and I fucking love the first 2 seasons from what I've seen. But in that fucking finale, there's a moment where Darth Vader, I'm not gonna say who does it, but Darth Vader gets like a little bit of the,
I know the one fight with Vader.
Darth Vader gets his like a little bit of his mask like cut off, so you see his eye, and it looks like Anakin, and then a little bit of the voice like modulator breaks, and you can hear like the fucking voice actor. It's not Hayden Christensen, but you can hear the Clone Wars Anakin voice actor, and I was like, oh my god, it was awesome. So hopefully it'll be something like that.
I know, like I like that.
Rebel spoilers. I'm sorry
that we've come around to, because like as much as it could be Hayden Christensen's fault, it's probably not, because he's directed and the dialogue, like he can
dialogue,
only do
dude.
so
What
much.
was so bad. Yeah,
it was. And like I forget, I had a conversation with somebody at work about Star Wars, and it's like the sequel trilogy looks beautiful. It is gorgeous. Like the cinematics are amazing, and that's where it ends. In my,
I'm still a Last Jedi stand. I'm sorry.
I am, but the thing is, I would want Rian Johnson to do a whole trilogy.
Oh my god, I wish. How good would that be?
Like,
so awesome.
Because that's the thing is, I still sort
I'm
of like
scared to talk about my Last Jedi feelings on camera, but I really I'm doing it.
That's my favorite
hiding
favorite out of those 3, because the thing is,
I genuinely fucking love that movie.
The thing that it did is it subverted all of my expectations about what I thought was going to happen, and I was like, okay, we're doing something different, and I was like, okay, I'm here for it. And then they're like, no, actually, we're not doing anything different.
No, never mind, man, dude. Like the discussion behind that movie was always so fucking fascinating to me to listen to, because people would talk about their complaints like it was a bad thing, and every time they mention, I'm like, but that's the point. That's what was so good. Like, and they would like say, I can't even believe Rey didn't have any sort of parent lineage. I'm like, but that's the point. That's what's good, is that you don't have to. Like, why would that be a good thing?
It also made it.
So weird.
It made like the point to say like, well, then anybody can be a Jedi, and it's like, oh, that's awesome, because then anybody can stand up against.
And then it's like, nope. Fuck that. Her dad's Palpatine. Palpatine got it on.
God, man.
But yeah, like that's such a good message, right? Like that's such an awesome, cool,
the stupid kid at the end.
Right? Yeah.
Where he just like the force pulls the broom. I was like,
man.
So good. There's a lot of shit in that movie though that is bad, like the casino, the whole casino part.
Sure, and that's the only thing that I will like. I hear people say that they're like, "Oh, there's a lot of shit in that movie that's bad," and then they'll say the casino part, and I'm like, "Yeah," and then I'm like, "What else?" Genuinely for me, the casino part is like the only part I did.
The really slow chase of them in space.
I don't mind it. Don't mind it. It's a plot point. I don't know. It's like it's a setup.
I think it took a little too long.
That's fair. I do. Like I heard that complaint from people about like how that was that as a concept and how like, oh, it's so lame, they're just like chasing you. It's like, but I don't know, like I didn't think about it. Like I guess that's kind of an odd, lame concept, but it worked to get what needed to be done. I don't know.
And then the casino part is pretty bad. The stuff on like the stuff with Luke, I like. The final battle, I like. I kind of wish.
I fucking love that.
No offense, like I kind of wanted Finn's character to sacrifice himself, like he was.
I think that would.
I didn't like the like Rose saves him, and then she's like, I forget what she says because I haven't watched that movie in a while.
It's so bad.
Like, it's probably so bad.
It's not good.
But
that piece of dialogue is
like
bad.
that, I like deaths that mean something.
Yeah,
like even in
Finn's character sadly didn't really end up doing too much. So like I didn't really give him much of an arc. So like, that would have been kind of a decent arc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then like that would be something for Rey to like hold on to and like use that to fight back against blah 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 blah. But it's just like, oh no, everybody survives, and except for the final or like the old three. Like that each one has to die in a movie. And I'm like, why? Why do we need like, why do we need to have Han? Oh, and then Luke, and then Leia dies. They all die.
I remember when my biggest worry about Rise of Skywalker was like, oh, how are they going to do Carrie Fisher's like death? Like, how are they going to do that since all of that happened with like not good timing and whatnot? Like, how are they going to do that? I wonder. And then like after that movie came out, that was the last thing on my mind of just like, man, there's a lot of other problems there that honestly they did kind of handle that okay. But like, it
was still weird. Like, didn't Rey kind of kill her?
No, she kind of just died.
Like, I thought that she went into Kylo's body because that was when they were fighting. So that Kylo dropped the lightsaber, and then Rey picked up the lightsaber and stabbed him, and then it killed Leia.
Is that how that works? I don't know.
I totally remember that. Bad part of the movie.
I remember in the theater like slowly turning on that movie, and like I didn't like I left that movie still being like I had a good time, but it wasn't very good.
I was like,
now at this point, it's like not good.
I left it. I was like, I'm glad it's over. Like I'm glad the Skywalker saga, please, is over. Even though we have a whole bunch of new release stuff, it's like please.
Yeah. So the one thing that I was like, I did slowly notice more and more flaws as I'm watching it for the first time in theaters. And one of the like, I think my biggest moment of like turning was I knew it was going to happen. I knew that JJ was going to give her like a lineage, right? Like I knew that was going to happen, but I really didn't want it to. So I was like, God damn it, don't do it. Don't do it. And then like, they even like retroactive it so hard. Like they take it back so hard with fucking Kylo being like, I did say that your parents were nobody, but that's because, and he uses some like fucking excuse. It's like, it's because
it's like actually, even though I did say this, I mean it like this. Like,
oh, there's a weird loophole in my terms. It's
literally
like, it's so hard.
Telling, not showing.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, didn't he just like say Palpatine or something like that? He just like told her. I don't know, but I remember like once that was revealed, I was like,
that's the thing. Like, I didn't mind Kylo as a bad guy, and so when he killed Snoke in the second one, and I was like, okay, cool. He's gonna be the big bad. He's gonna be a badass then, because he killed his master. Just right in front. Because like think of like Palpatine. Palpatine killed his master, and so I was like, cool. He's gonna be the big bad. And then I was just like, no, you're gonna redeem him because he's
That's
this.
I don't know. The one thing out of the sequel trilogy that I thought was actually somewhat well handled was Kylo's arc. I thought they did that okay. Except for the final kiss. But other than that, I genuinely thought that was
I don't
done
like
well.
that he got redeemed.
I mean, I get that you don't like it, but like it was still done well. You know what I mean? Like I think that arc was done well. But it's like I can totally understand not liking that as a choice. You know what I mean?
It's just so. I don't know. Just
I mean,
because
you can say it's like predictable or anything. Totally fair.
It's
But
not
it's still done. Well, you
it's
know what I
not
mean?
predictable, but like no, it's kind of like shoehorned in at the end. Because
But
like
it's the
he
whole
kills
Rise of
his
Skywalker
master.
stuff.
Yeah, but
Like it's I mean, it's shoehorned in at the end, as in a whole third of the arc. You know what I mean? It's the last third. It's the
not
final
really.
act is when it happens.
He's trying to kill Rey, then she stabs him, and then she leaves
Yeah, but
him.
like
He sees
he's
Han,
only,
and then he
yeah.
goes to save Rey. That's not like
Yeah.
that much of the whole like
It's not
movie.
the whole movie, yeah. But I don't know. The whole movie, maybe it's just because I knew it was gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's like it felt like it was like it's gonna happen. It's this movie, so he felt like he was on the verge of it the whole time. But yeah, I mean the turn happens right then.
I guess because I've like read the expanded universe, so I was like, I'm okay with having characters that are related to the Skywalkers be bad and die like bad, because that was Jason. Jason, like spoilers if you ever read.
I started those when I was in high school, and I fucking love those books. I didn't actually finish them. I think I read like the first one, but I was like super into it.
Like Jason and Jaina, like both Jedi, and then like Jason starts to get a touch of the dark side, and he starts to like embrace it more and more and more. And then spoilers at the end. His sister is the one that kills him. It's just like chef's kiss. It's fucking so good.
That's really
and it's like,
and
read those. It's earned, and it doesn't feel fake. And he does a lot of like bad shit. But then there's sometimes when you're like, I kind of see where he's coming from, and that's what I love about that kind of stuff. Because it's like the dark side isn't just all Palpatines and finger lightning and shit like that. And the light side isn't all good guys. Like the light side is pretty shitty. Like Jedis are pretty
shout out
shitty.
to Ahsoka Tano, you know what I'm saying?
Is what is the
Jedi Order?
Great. No, she's a great Jedi.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she left the Jedi Order. She's not a Jedi.
But she still has lightsabers.
She's basically a Jedi, but like not technically.
I guess. But I guess great Jedi, Force user.
She's the closest to a gray Jedi that exists, but she's still not fully one. But we need to get off Star Wars. We should touch on Mandalorian spoilers right at the end. We're not going to right now, but we should touch on them. But I want to go over the games that won and whatnot. You know, let's take a look over here. So yeah, you won 15-14. Just fucking mad about. I called it right when it was like 13-11 or something like that, maybe 14-11. And I was like, mathematically, I can't win anymore. But then I was like, watch this, I'm gonna win the rest. And then I did. I was like, fuck. So none of us got any of the esports. Oh wait, no, I got best esports athlete. I threw out Showmaker and I got that one. And I was like, oh, this could be the one that puts me on the top.
I couldn't remember because they went so fast through all of those esports categories.
They did.
He was just like, and the winner is this person and this person and this person and this person. And I was like,
they also did,
cool,
like,
done with esports.
Yeah. They did a couple of them before I got there because I got there at like 5:40 instead of 5:30.
They said it was gonna be 4 hours, but it wasn't.
No. And I thought that they hadn't, apparently they had, but I thought that they hadn't advertised the pre-show enough because I didn't see like, hey, we're starting at 5:30. I saw we were starting at 6. So I got there at 5:30.
Because like,
no, it's stupid.
Yeah. Just call it the fucking show.
Start at 6. Yeah, absolutely. But so I got there at like a little bit late. I got there at like 5:40, but I was planning on being there at 5:30, which to me was 30 minutes early. And I got there and Dragons is like, oh, they already announced soundtrack and this and that. I was like, what the fuck? So that was fun. But yeah, so best debut game, Phasmophobia got that. We both got that right. Content. That face was amazing. Content creator of the year was Valkyrie, and I got that right. Pog, let's go. Best multiplayer, we both said Among Us, which we both got right. Best sports/racing, I said Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and I got that one. Tyson said FIFA 21. Let's see. Best sim/strategy. This was one of those moments where he said Microsoft Flight Sim, and I thought about it, and I was like, please say I put Flight Sim. And then I was like, damn it, I didn't. So Tyson got that one. I said Crusader Kings 3. Let's see. And then best family, we both said Animal Crossing. Both got that. Best fighting, it was Mortal Kombat. We didn't get that. Neither.
Didn't that game come out like how many years ago? And this is just like the definitive edition. I don't know.
Or
I guess it doesn't have to be released for best fighting game.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just the fighting game like of the year, you know. Yeah. Tyson said Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I said Under Night In Birth EXE Late Clear. You know
that's
the
not
game
English. I don't know what language you're speaking.
They didn't say all that, by the way. He just said Under Night In Birth, and then that was it. I was watching the Kind of Funny reaction. They were like, "Say the full name, coward." And then best role playing FF7, which we both said and both got. Best action adventure. Neither of us got. Tyson said Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Yeah. And I said Ghost of Tsushima, and it was The Last of Us. Best action was Hades, and we both said Hades. Innovation in accessibility was Last of Us Part 2, of course. We got that one. Best VR/AR, Tyson said Star Wars Squadrons. I said Half-Life Alyx, and I got Half-Life Alyx there. Best community support, Tyson said Destiny 2. I said Fortnite. Fall Guys got it, which I was really leaning towards. Really leaning towards Fall Guys, and then I didn't. Man, so that we would at least tie, you know. And best mobile game, Tyson said Among Us. I said Genshin Impact. Really, just hoping. But
the weebs out there, but no.
It's a really good game. It's wild. Like I went over after it was over, I went over with some of my friends like all the games that were nominated and didn't actually win anything. I was like, this is one of the indicators of like this is when you know it's a good year, when like these fucking awesome, really good games didn't win anything. Like it's really cool. Let's see. And then best indie, Tyson said Hades. I said Spiritfarer, and Hades was the winner there. Best ongoing, Tyson said No Man's Sky. I said Warzone. It was No Man's Sky. Sean Murray drinking a beer. I was just like, what? Me? Oh.
He's great. He's like, oh, I was expecting them to say Fortnite. I'm just like, man.
It's always Fortnite.
He just doesn't.
Like, good for you.
I like that he's just like, he's just a dude.
I feel like Sean Murray has found a new meaning in life after going through the hell that he went through. You know what I mean? He's just chill to a level of like, fuck it, man. Well, like no one, you do what you can do. You know, you do your best.
That's and what I love about No Man's Sky specifically is like it gives me hope in other games. Like it gives me hope that like Cyberpunk, Avengers, Anthem 2 or whatever it's going to be called. It gives me hope that like years later, this game that you thought was good but it came out half baked can be amazing. Because like that's like when I think of No Man's Sky, I put so much time into No Man's Sky this year, like more than all of the years before combined when it was released. So, I was stoked that they won.
Yeah, it's good. And then Games for Impact, Tyson said, "Tell me why." I said Spiritfarer. Tell me why was the winner there. Tyson got that one. And then best performance, Tyson said Laura Bailey, which at that point I knew Laura Bailey was gonna get it, and I was like, here it is, and then she got it. But I had said Ashley Johnson because I feel like Ashley Johnson deserved it, but it's okay. I mean, it's not to say Laura didn't, by the way, just to preface. It's like me saying Ashley deserved it is not saying that Laura doesn't, because Laura also does, because she's also great. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I loved Ashley.
I kind of want to play that game again, but also I don't
want to
be
too.
I don't want to be depressed. I want to play it on easy. I'm going to play it on like super easy. And then just play it again. But yeah, like I don't know. It'll take me less
thinking
time.
about that. Well, okay, so in the show when Troy introduces the guy who sings the song that I don't know the name of, it's like Eddie something, right?
Eddie Vedder?
That guy.
You don't know Eddie Vedder?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't know Van Halen?
I'm familiar with that name.
Do you know the band Van Halen?
Yeah.
I think that's Van Halen. Oh
So.
shit! I could have.
No, he's in a different, right? He's in the band that sang the song that he sang, right? I'm
Pearl
sorry, guys.
Jam. Oh crap! No,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
getting him mixed with literally Eddie Van Halen.
There's a
I
big
think.
difference there.
I think. Yeah, Eddie
Even I
Van
know
Halen.
that.
It's late. Okay, it's late.
It's very late. Like getting on to me for not knowing.
Well, I knew that the guy. I knew he was a musician.
But
Just
like,
different
okay, real
bands.
talk. One of the reasons why I'm thinking about replaying that game too is because of when Troy introduced him and he sang that song again,
Yeah.
and literally like the first couple lines like made me immediately emotional, and I was like, oh fuck, that game had way more of an impact on me than I thought. Like the god, like I listened to that song today on my drive home. Like I think I'm probably gonna end up replaying that game, but I will say it's weirdly. Oh, that's an hour. That's an hour. So let's get through these and then quickly talk Mandalorian spoilers and then be out of here. But what was I gonna say? Oh, it's kind of weirdly become a Christmas tradition for me to like in the last few years, not last year, but like usually around Christmas, I'll just start a new campaign of Uncharted 3. Like I'll just sit there usually on Christmas Eve, because that game used to be like my second favorite game of all time.
Why not
so it's
two?
like comfort food.
Two's
So I would
the best one.
because I prefer 3. Because I prefer 3. 4 is definitely the best one now.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that this year. Like maybe on Christmas Eve, I'll just sit on the couch and I'll start Uncharted 4 from scratch to see how far I can get in a couple hours. I feel like that's like that's kind of a Christmas thing for me for some weird reason. Okay, let's blow through these.
Okay.
Best audio design, Last of Us Part 2. We both said that. That was the winner. Best score and music, Tyson said FF7, which was the winner. I said Last of Us. Best art direction, Tyson said Hades. I said Ori, and Ghost got that one. That's the only one Ghost got, sadly.
I'm surprised.
Best narrative.
I didn't put it for Ghost.
Yeah, I was really hoping Ori would win it because, like, I feel like Ori deserved something this year, and if it was going to get anything, it would get Ori, you know? And then, I'm dying. Best narrative, Last of Us Part 2. We both guessed, both got that. Best game direction, Tyson said Hades. I said Last of Us Part 2. I got that one. Game of the year, Tyson said Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I said Last of Us Part 2. That's the one where I was talking in Discord, and I told Andrew what you said, and Andrew was like, Tyson said what? And I was like, he said it would be Animal Crossing. He's like, oh. And I was like, yeah, he said it very sure too. Like it's definitely gonna be Animal Crossing. He's like, huh. I was like, yeah, I wasn't sure about that either.
Game percolated outside of the gaming industry. That's a huge fucking thing.
I agree. I don't know. I totally could have seen it getting
people don't come to me and be like, hey, have you heard of this game called Last of Us 2? They're like, hey, what's this game that you like have an island and like animals come on it and stuff like that? Like literally
cross on it.
That's literally people have been talking to me at work like when
those
it came
are the
out.
People. You know what I mean? They're not the journalists. The journalists are like Last of Us Part 2. You know what I mean? Like in a year where a fucking Naughty Dog game doesn't come out, it probably would have been Animal Crossing.
I mean, it's not my game of the year. It is in the top 10.
It's not mine either. But
it's a great game. It is, and it's a pretty amazing game, but it's not. Yeah, like
weird I don't know. We'll talk more about it when we get closer, we're pretty close. But like I don't even have a technical game of the year list. I literally have my top 10 games of 2020. That's it. Like that's how I
have my top 10. It's now fluctuating because I think Immortals is going to be in there as well as Cyberpunk. I think Cyberpunk might be on the bottom end.
Yeah.
Just because I haven't played it as much, but like all I can do is think about Cyberpunk, so that's a pretty good indication that it's in my top 10.
Yeah. It's weird though because when I think about it, it's like Ghost of Tsushima is my number 1 top 10 game of this year, but it's like when I think about it, Last of Us, if I were thinking about it in terms of game of the year, it's like I'd probably put Last of Us there. But that's not how I'm thinking of it. I'm just thinking of it as my top 10 games.
No, like when it's your personal game of the year, it's not like, oh, well, this one had better this and this and this and this, so this one has to be higher. It's like, no, it's your personal, what you want. Like it's just Doesn't you
It's
don't
on.
need to,
It's
you
my
don't have to
favorite.
have any.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's your favorite.
My
It's your
favorite
favorite game of the year,
It's
and
a
that's
different thing than game of the year. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's not
It's a
like
different.
for a publication. It's just like, what's your favorite game of this year? And it's
Yeah,
mine is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
yeah. Mine's Ghost for now. I do still. I don't know. I don't really have much time to play other things, but
Just
I'd like to before
play them all. Just don't sleep.
Just fucking quit my
gotta do.
job.
Don't sleep.
All right, let's to anyone. Let's do a quick like, hey, you can find me on Twitter at Teddy Chinaris and Instagram and Twitch at twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris. Sundays through Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. I'm gonna be playing Ghost Runner. Then when we start Immortals, probably playing some Destiny 2. That's where you can find me. You can also find this podcast itself on the YouTube channel Tyson and Teddy Talk. Subscribe there. You get the video every Monday. It'll also be on my YouTube, but like more reliably, and group content all gonna be on that YouTube. It's on its RSS feed. Give us an iTunes review. Tell your friends. Like and subscribe. Smash that fucking bell. You know what I'm saying? You can find Tyson over at
on Twitter at T Pellegrini. No, fuck. At Tyson Pellegrini on Twitter, Pellegrini_17 on Instagram, and T Pellegrini on Twitch. I'm not going to be streaming Cyberpunk because it will blow up my computer probably, but I'll probably be streaming some other games. Instagram, I'm going to do some top 20 songs of 2020, and yeah, that's where you can find me. I'll probably put all this stuff like in the video. I might like put a little graphic at the bottom.
Oh shit.
Shit, I know.
And that's fucking it. If you don't want to stay for Mandalorian spoilers, let's do. You know what? I'm gonna put a 5-minute timer, and we're gonna talk Mandalorian for 5 minutes.
Okay.
And we're gonna here. Let's do it. I'll give us a quick head start. Are you caught up?
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh.
Hell yeah.
I watch it at midnight or whatever it releases.
But if you're not here for Mandalorian spoilers, goodbye. Join us next week.
Watch it, get caught up, come back.
Yeah. Fucking so good. The most recent episode was dope. I really liked Bill Burr's character. Fucking like that whole like arc worked so well, and I was so surprised. Really I was like, oh, this is great.
It
like,
makes
oh my
me
god,
think that like they have plans for him as well. That he might be in. Because there's like the Bad Batch is.
We didn't even talk about all the Star Wars shows. There's a lot of Star Wars.
Yeah. But like, I'm guessing that he's going to be back either in the Mandalorian or maybe he'll just be a guest in each of these shows. Because like Ahsoka is going to be at the same time as the Mandalorian. There's probably other shows that are also going to be the same time. Maybe he'll be like the connective tissue, and he'll just be like he'll guest star in a couple of episodes every once in a while.
He can.
I do agree that like this is what I wanted. I just wanted it a little bit quicker in a show like this. It's like I like character progression in these, and it's like I'm finally getting to see a little bit of progression in what's her face? What's her name?
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune. Yeah. I'm getting to see a little bit more with her and like how she's changed from when we first saw her. Same with Bill Burr's character, getting to see like him change from like the first episode to like the beginning of this episode, and then even at the end of this episode. And just like obviously the story progress. The story progress in the last 3 episodes.
Fucking wild.
Oh my god.
Wild.
Just like so much. It's just like it's
so weird.
So good.
Like pacing if you think about it, but like awesome. Like the last 3 episodes, man. Ahsoka, and then the Boba Fett episode, and then this last one was so good.
It's surprising because these episodes are like 33 minutes. So it's not even like it's so crazy that they're doing that. I'm like, this is almost a sitcom.
Can I give my like hot take, but also very obvious take that probably everyone else has as well of the Boba Fett episode, right?
Sure.
It was so clear and blatant and obvious fan service, and I don't hate it. I've just accepted it, and now I like it. So here we are.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
there there were certain moments where I was like, guys, come on, you're so obvious about this shit. But it's like I can either do that or I can just be like, fuck it, I'm in. So
Yeah.
here we go.
I've never understood people's fascination with Boba Fett. I never have. And so that's why, and I appreciate the Mandalorians as the race, and I like the bounty hunters, and I love all that stuff, but like the character of Boba Fett never really stuck with me. And so that's why I don't really have a connection. Like I was talking to a coworker, he did more cool stuff in like that 2-minute stretch of the Mandalorian.
Which was the point.
Than all of the movies.
Yep.
He's done more
but
cool
that's
stuff.
because that is literally because people have an attachment to Boba Fett and they had to make him, they were finally like, let's make him as cool as everybody thinks he is. Let's show it. And that's it. That's the point of that sequence. Yeah. And it's so clear and obvious and blatant that it's like, guys, come on. We get it. We know what you're doing here. Got it. Cool.
I don't understand how old is he supposed to be, because he looks a lot older than the actor is. And like, I don't think he would be that old, would he? 40?
I mean, he's supposed to be old.
It's
this is kind of a weird. I don't know. Thinking about the Star Wars timeline every now and then makes me think of how the 100 was supposed to be 97 years.
Oh God, don't get me started on that. But no, it's like 40 years in between every now and then. And then
because like 40 years between like
3 and 4.
The fall of fucking Coruscant to like the Empire, and like people live, and it's like a legend to where
not 40 years. So it's 19 years.
Like think, which is so silly.
Yeah,
like,
because,
think of
because
where,
Luke and Leia are 19.
Think of the way that Luke talked about that ancient era, just like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so
funny to think about.
You fought in the Clone Wars, and it's like, that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. All right, we got 5 seconds left. Mandalorian was cool. It's very good.
Ahsoka, by far the best part of this season.
I will say, hot take on Ahsoka real quick. This will be my last thing. Hot take on Ahsoka that I can't fully commit to because I haven't finished Rebels. But as somebody who is a big fan of Ahsoka Tano as a character, I always have been. Like, I was like 13. I saw the fucking Clone Wars show as a kid. Like, I loved Ahsoka and still really like her as a character. I don't think she was written super consistently with her cartoon counterpart in that episode. But again, could be completely and totally void once I catch up with Rebels and see how she had grown to the end of Rebels, if that makes sense.
I think I'll agree with some lines that it was kind of like, this doesn't really sound like her.
The way she acted.
There were a few lines that I was like, holy crap, like that actually almost sounds like what's like Ashley.
Oh, see, I the weirdest thing to me was the voice. I was like, this is not. But like, I tried to look a little bit past that, and even looking past the voice, like it was just the way she acted. She was this weird kind of sage like Yoda kind of wisdom of like, which is not what she was.
But this is in Rebels. That's in between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So then
that's what I'm saying. Is I can totally see that she had matured to that kind of like person in Rebels.
Like
that I haven't
20
seen.
years. I just don't like that her whatever they are, the tendrils are all small.
Yeah,
everything's small. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I kind of wanted like the big headdress, like she has in Rebels. But it's
okay.
She still looks great. Like I was like, she looks like she
I thought
belongs.
They nailed the look of her.
She looks like she belongs in this world. It's not like, oh, you just took this animated character and made her look like a real person. Like she looked like she belonged in the world.
Yeah, they definitely nailed the look. I thought that was really good. But yeah, that's it. Everyone have a great week. Tweet at us if you like the episode. Comment down below.
All of our hot takes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go head to sleep pretty much. I got work.
I'm gonna go to Night City, baby.
Oh shit!
Every time you fire it up, it's like, "Good morning, Night City." And I'm just like, okay, I get it. Can I turn that off now?
Is that real? That's a real thing. Oof. That's
Like
funny.
before you hit like enter to like load your game, it's like it's like the intro
Wow.
before the start screen.
Wow. Huh.
So, or maybe it's
All right.
don't
Well,
know.
bye. Bye, everybody.
Peace.